So for my basketball player, I'm going to take my collegiate basketball player through a dynamic warm-up series right away. So the first thing we're going to do is work on a little bit of just getting the body kind of working through its joints with full range of motion. So the first thing we're going to start with is I have my athlete stand about 20 meters away. She's going to go about 10 meters across, then turn around and come back. So the first set of exercises that we're going to do is going to be straight-legged marches, just kind of working on the hamstrings, keeping the chest upright, full foot stays planted on the ground. That's going to be on an actual base. Swinging an opposite leg up nice and high and straight as possible, and then walking across the gym. So once you get past that 10 meters, she's going to turn around. She's going to go into a high knee pull with a lunge. So on this one, she'll come in, grab that knee pull, come down into a lunge, step, knee pull, down to a lunge, step, knee pull, down to a lunge, all the way for that 10 meters. Third way coming back is going to be a toe hold. So on this one here, she can stand nice and tall. She's going to root one foot right in front of the other. We're going to reach down, we're going to grab that toe, we're going to stand all the way up to reload those hamstrings, step through, bring that opposite leg, reach down, grab that toe. Again, going 10 meters. The very last exercise that she'll do on her way back is going to be a Spider-Man. So on this one, she's going to come out into a push-up position, bring her right foot all the way outside, her right hand, foot stays nice and flat. You're going to extend that back leg, back nice and flat, pushing those hips to the ground, just really working on opening those hips. And then Spider-Man, just like crawling up a wall, she's going to walk up, bring that opposite hand, straighten that leg up, push that hip all the way down. Again, 20 meters, just for that dynamic warm-up series. So for some of the core activators that we're going to use for our athlete here are going to be 15-second progressions of working plank, Superman, right plank, left plank. You'll do this 4 times through, so it's only about 4 minutes long. So it's 15 seconds each one for that minute. First one's gonna start off in your normal plank position, hands directly underneath the shoulders. I'm screwing those palms into the ground so my armpits or my elbows pinch forward, pushing the shoulders all the way down, feet together, tight stomach, pulling my belly button into my spine. Hold for 15 seconds. Once that 15 seconds is up, transition down to my Superman, feet together, hands on front, lifting your upper body off the ground, also tucking that belly button into the spine. Once that 15 seconds is up, I'm gonna transition into my side plank, pushing my hips forward so I'm nice and flat across, pushing my shoulder all the way down to the ground, look up at that opposite hand, and then 15 seconds, switch, pull the opposite. So one of the things I like to incorporate a lot of times with our female athletes too is to limit the injuries that are kind of the risk of injuries for ACL, MCL injuries are banded movements. So for this one, my athlete will put both legs through the band, just below the knee. We're going to get down to that defensive position, and the idea behind this one with my adductors, abductors, is we're going to work almost like in a defensive shuffle, driving back and forth here, really working on driving those knees over the ankles and not letting them collapse in. So we're just going to go all the way across the gym, about 20 meters, so both ways. So the next thing I'm going to work on with my hockey player is going to be some tuck jumps in place, working on the plyos of jumping and landing. So remember, takeoff position is crucial, and then the landing position is even more important. So I want to make sure that all my joints are still tracking over each other and absorbing all the force that's going through. So feet are going to be underneath my hips. My hands are going to track next to my body. I'm going to jump in place and then make sure my landing is in the same position. So as I take off, jump, land, hold, nice and tight, same thing. And then do that about 10 reps. Progressing my athlete further, we're going to walk into a speed ladder. So I'm going to have her go a couple different ways, forward and backwards, kind of change up that the pattern on her. So first one's going to be just your normal icky shuffle, 2 feet in, 1 foot out. So as they're going through, I'll go 2 feet in, 1 foot out, staying nice and low in the tunnel, tracking. Once she gets to the end, you can go backwards, 2 feet in, 1 feet out. So that'd be 2 different ways of actually working on that speed movement. The next 2 drills I'm going to do will be kind of lateral movements, going right foot, left foot. I like to go 2 feet in, 2 feet out on this one. So whichever way she's going, she's going to go right. The right foot leads. So stay nice and low, eyes up. Right foot comes in first. Just 2 feet in, 2 feet out. Once she hits the end, we're going opposite way. To left foot first. Stay nice and low. Stepping out. So we got 2 ways there, right foot and coming back left foot. The third way that we're gonna do is gonna be a hip opener and closer. So we want to be able to twist the hips. So on this one, it's another version of the icky shuffle, except for the outside foot. is going to lead. So my right foot is actually going to cross over. So I'm working on spinning the hips. Both feet come out, one foot comes in. Just like Iggy. When you get to the end, we go backwards. Right, left. Pushing yourself back. All the way. So after my speed ladder, then I'm going to progress my athlete through the stabilization phase, which will start with push-ups. So we're going to come down in push-up position, hands directly underneath the shoulders, feet together, tight stomach. My elbows are going to track into my rib cage. I'm going to come down, touch my chest only, and push up. Both about 10 reps. Progressing from the push-up, I'm going to have my athlete go laterally in the frontal plane. They're doing a side step into a lunge, coming up out of that lunge into a press overhead with a balance. So in this one, I'm going to keep the bells in the rag position. I'm going to step off in that frontal plane, down, keep my foot nice and heel. I'm going to come down into a lunge. As I come up, balance, press, step.